Hello, welcome. Subscribe to the channel Legacy of the Chosen, leave your like, so let's go. Many speak of the chosen ones as if they were born different, but they're not. They are made through deep, invisible tests, spiritual, mental, and emotional trials that few recognize and fewer survive. These challenges strip away illusions and force a person to face their true self, without titles, roles, or masks. Life is the test, and the deeper you go, the harder it gets. The chosen don't take this path by choice. They're pulled by something greater. It's not easy or glamorous. It breaks you, questions everything you are, and rebuilds you from within. The first test? Facing who you truly are when everything else is taken away. Most retreat, but the chosen stare into the abyss and ask, who am I, really? The second test is isolation. In a world full of noise, social media, work, people, you must learn to be truly alone. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. In that silence, you face your deepest fears, thoughts, and desires. And within that stillness, your inner voice begins to speak, the true self that's always been there. Most fear silence, but the chosen embrace it, because in silence lies truth. The third test is letting go. We hold on to pain, expectations, and the past, but to evolve, you must release it all. Not because you don't care, but because you trust. What's meant for you will stay. What's not will fade. Letting go isn't weakness, it's strength. And it's not a one-time act, it's a constant process. Every time life pulls you back, ask yourself, am I willing to let go? Even of this. If you've passed the first 3 tests, transformation has already begun. But be warned, the journey only gets harder from here. Like the dark night of the soul. This is the test where everything you thought you knew, everything you believed, is turned upside down. It feels as if the universe itself is testing you, asking, how much darkness can you endure before you lose your light? In the dark night of the soul, you're plunged into a period of intense inner turmoil. It feels like your entire world is falling apart. Relationships collapse, careers vanish, your sense of purpose disintegrates, and you're left with nothing but questions. Why is this happening? What did I do to deserve this? Will I ever make it out of this darkness? But here's the truth. The dark night of the soul is not a punishment. It is a purification, a necessary phase in your spiritual evolution. The darkness isn't there to destroy you. It's there to strip away everything that is not truly you. It's in your darkest moments that you discover your deepest light, but only if you can endure it. Most people, when faced with this test, fall into despair. They give up, they get lost in the shadows, but the chosen ones, they don't lose hope. They don't surrender to the darkness. They understand that it's temporary, just a phase. They keep going even when they can't see the path ahead. They trust there is light at the end of the tunnel, even if they can't see it yet. But let me ask you, how do you react when everything falls apart? Do you panic? Do you try to hold on to the crumbling pieces of your life, desperately trying to keep it all together? Or do you let it fall, trusting that whatever is meant to stay will stay, and whatever is meant to go will go? The 5th test is the test of faith. Not faith in a religious sense, but faith in yourself, in the universe, in life itself. When you're in the dark night of the soul, you must believe that the darkness is not forever, that there is a higher plan at work, even if you can't see it. And this may be the hardest test of all, because it asks you to believe in something you cannot see, something you cannot prove. It requires you to trust in the invisible to guide you forward. Trust that everything is happening for a reason, even if that reason is not yet clear to you. Faith is not blind. It's not about ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. Faith is about acknowledging the pain, feeling it fully, and still choosing to believe that there is a purpose behind it. It means trusting that the universe isn't working against you, but working for you. even when it feels like everything is falling apart. And here's the truth. When you're in the dark night of the soul, your faith will be tested again and again. You'll be tempted to lose hope, to believe that darkness is all there is. But the chosen ones endure. They hold on to their faith, even when it feels like there's nothing left to hold on to. They keep moving forward, even when each step seems to drag them deeper into the dark. So let me ask you, how strong is your faith? Can you hold on to it when everything around you is falling apart? Can you trust in the invisible, the unknown, even when the road ahead grows darker? At some point, after being in the darkness long enough, after wrestling with questions, doubts, and fears, you arrive at a cliff's edge. This is where the sixth test begins, the test of surrender. If you've made it this far, you've already proven that you are strong, resilient, and capable of enduring deep pain and uncertainty. But this test isn't about strength, it's about letting go. It's about surrendering control, releasing your grip on how life should be, and trusting the flow of life, the forces that are far greater than your individual will. And in many ways, this is the hardest test of all, because we humans, we love control. We plan, organize, strategize. We try to shape our lives, our futures, our relationships, to match our desires and expectations. But life rarely follows our plans. In fact, most of the time it leads us in directions we never imagined. Sometimes painful, sometimes beautiful, often mysterious. The chosen ones understand something most don't. Control is an illusion. They recognize that a higher intelligence is at work, a force far beyond what the limited human mind can comprehend. And they are willing to. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of resistance, of control, and trusting the flow of life. Imagine a river. Swim against it, and you exhaust yourself. Flow with it, and you're carried exactly where you need to go. True surrender asks more than letting go of plans. It asks you to release your identity, desires, and even your dreams. It's not a one-time act. It's a process of deep trust. In life, in yourself, and in a greater unseen plan. We spend so much time trying to control everything, but the more we let go, the more we align with a higher power. The test of surrender isn't weakness, it's strength. It's the courage to trust the unknown. Most see surrender as failure, but the chosen know it's not the end, it's the beginning. When you surrender, you stop fighting, and you start flowing with the power of the universe. I ask you, can you surrender your need to control every part of your life? Can you trust that life knows what it's doing, even when you don't? This test separates the chosen ones from the rest. When you truly surrender, you gain a deeper control, not by forcing outcomes, but by aligning with life's flow. Surrender requires trust, faith, and stepping into the unknown without all the answers. Only those who truly let go pass this test and discover life holds more than they imagined. If you've reached this point, you've faced the hardest trials. But one final test remains, the test of awakening, when you finally see your true purpose and the ultimate truth guiding you. This is not a test of endurance, but of realization. The moment the veil lifts and you see the world and yourself as they truly are. This is the moment you awaken to your purpose, when you finally understand why you endured all the tests, why you faced the pain, the darkness, the uncertainty. The chosen ones are not chosen because they are special. They are chosen because they chose to awaken. They chose to see the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it challenges everything. They believed. And the truth they awakened to is this: you are not separate from life. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are life itself, expressing through a unique form, through a unique journey. The final test is about realizing that all the struggles, all the tests, were designed to bring you closer to this truth. They were designed to strip away illusions, false identities, egoic desires, so you could see the deeper reality beneath it all. And that reality is this: you are here for a reason. You are here because life itself wanted to experience itself through you. Your purpose is not something you have to find outside yourself. It's something you are already living every moment of every day. The final test asks you to awaken to this truth, to see that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. And when you awaken to this truth, everything changes. You no longer feel the need to control, because you understand life is already unfolding perfectly. You no longer feel the need to search for your purpose, because you realize your purpose is simply to be, to experience and express life in the way that feels most true to you. But this awakening is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new one. Once you pass this final test, you're no longer trapped by the limitations of mind, ego, or fear. You are free. Free to live your life with purpose, meaning, and joy. Free to create, love, and explore without the weight of fear or doubt. This is the gift of the final test. This is the reward for enduring the hardest trials that only the chosen ones face. And now I ask you, are you ready to awaken? Are you ready to see the truth of who you are and why you are here?